When it comes to climate change, we know everyone plays a part in reducing its effect on the environment. But should the fossil fuel industry be responsible for a greater share of the costs associated with climate change? At least one BC mayor thinks so, and now he's asking fossil fuel companies to pay up. In a letter to the Calgary-based oil company Canadian Natural Resources Limited, Whistler Mayor Jack Crompton says the municipality, a world-class destination for winter sports, is concerned about shifts in the weather linked to climate change. The mayor says the town is putting tax dollars into drought, flooding and extreme weather protection, and this year alone, Whistler has spent $1.4 million in wildfire prevention. In his letter to CNRL, the mayor says, as a town with a population of less than 15,000 people, this is a significant cost to bear. I request that your company begin taking financial responsibility for the climate-related harm caused in our community by your products.
How are our communities going to pay for the cost of climate change?
Whistler is one of 16 BC municipalities sending letters to 20 of the world's largest fossil fuel producers. It's an initiative led by BC-based advocacy group West Coast Environmental Law, asking refineries to pay their fair share of climate change costs.
These 20 companies collectively, through their operations and the emissions from their products, are responsible for almost 30% of human-caused greenhouse gases in the atmosphere today.
Whistler relies heavily on tourism. It welcomes more than 3 million visitors each year, and many of them arrive in cars or planes that aren't exactly eco-friendly. In a statement, Mayor Crompton says, I am the first to acknowledge that Whistler benefits greatly from visitors who are able to travel here because of fossil fuels. Our goal was not to ignore our own role in climate change, but to encourage change and action. Gage says the point of the letters is not to pass all of the financial burden of climate change onto oil companies, but rather start a conversation around how much people are willing to pay.
I think each of us as taxpayers has to think about whether we're comfortable with our municipalities and our elected officials at all levels of government just passing those costs on to us, because they're going to get bigger.
Andrew Gage with West Coast Environmental Law says some of the 20 oil companies have responded to the letter sent to them, but none have specifically addressed whether they should help pay for climate change measures. And in the case of Total, a France-based oil refinery, it denied any obligation to help municipalities foot the climate change bill. In Vancouver, Travis Prasad, City News.